Hello, everyone. I hope you can hear me okay. We are so happy that you have taken the time to watch this Discover Arbonne today. It's our first one of many to come. I am Stian Mork, and I am Arbonne's VP Brand Ambassador. My journey in Arbonne started when my father, Peter Mork, launched Arbonne 46 years ago. Can you believe it? I was just a teenager back then, but I recall those days very well because this was a really big thing in my family. His bold dream was clear: to create a company that empowers people to flourish inside and out. So in 1980, he launched Arbonne with 19 skincare products rooted in our pure, safe, beneficial standards and backed by science. And what's more, he dreamt Arbonne would be a vehicle where people could pursue an incredible business opportunity. My father had an amazing ability to see the very best in people. He wanted people to realize their true potential. He wanted people to grow. Today, our products and our opportunity can be found in 6 different markets around the world. And we have an incredible community of people that believe in each other and support each other's success. Just last week, some of us gathered in beautiful Maui, Hawaii for our annual National Vice President Leadership Meeting to kick 2026 off together. I'm really, really proud to be part of this incredible company and to know that my father's dream is a reality. Today, you're going to hear from 2 people who were with us in Maui and who have built really great businesses in Arbonne. Through consistent hard work, their lives and the lives of their families have changed. They're going to share a little bit about themselves and why they think Arbonne's products and business opportunity is something that everyone should know about. Their journeys are unique and they are wonderful. Please check our website at earnings.arbonne.com to find out what is typical and what is possible in Arbonne. So I'm proud to introduce our very first presenter from Chicago, Illinois, independent consultant and executive national vice president, Jennifer Pollitt. Take it away, Jen.
Thank you so much, Stian. When I hear you share about your dad's beginnings, I'm just so proud to represent the brand that your dad founded so many years ago and to be a part of continuing his legacy. It's really special, and I'm so grateful. Arbonne really is a company built on connection, authenticity, transparency, and impact. And so, in that vein, my friend Danielle and I are going to share tonight in just a heartfelt, transparent way. So please give us grace if we fumble. We're trying to share as authentically as possible when it comes to what makes Arbonne special for us and our own personal unique journeys, as Stian had shared. So my background as a high school English teacher and today a mom of 3. I think we can categorize them as teenagers, children between the ages of 11 and 17. That background has given me insight into a vision of our world today as quickly and rapidly changing. I know that my children are fluent in utilizing AI and technology. And people are more connected with social media at our fingertips, yet at the same time feeling isolated and kind of starved of true, authentic connections. Another thing I'm seeing is people prioritizing taking better care of themselves inside and out, but at the same time bombarded with information as to how to do so. This, to me, presents a timely opportunity to leverage that technology and information while helping people meet their personal care goals with the help of stellar products, all the while connecting with an amazing community along the way, many of whom we have on with us tonight, which is really exciting. After 17, almost 18 years with Arbonne, I see people drawn to this brand for so many different reasons. For some of us, it starts with the products. For others, it might be the need and desire to create some extra earning potential. And for others, it's wanting to be a part of a positive community. So, regardless of what brought you on to connect on this call tonight, I hope that you hear something that resonates for you. And I truly believe that Arbonne has something to offer everyone, whether it's our products as a client or joining our network of independent consultants. I hope you find a place for yourself after this call tonight. So going back to my personal story, it is definitely the products that got my foot in the door. I have a background in teaching. As I shared, I was a busy new mom when I was introduced to Arbonne almost 18 years ago. My daughter was actually 9 months old, and I was working on my master's degree at the time because I was all about education and career. Yet as a new mom, I was struggling to find that balance between my new identity, wanting to prioritize my kids, but also wanting a fulfilling career. For that reason, because I was so focused on education and degrees, I would have never considered this business opportunity outright. I was a bit of a snob when it came to my degrees. I would not have been open to this as a business. I was, however, intrigued by the products because for as long as I can remember, I struggled with my skin. It was a major source of anxiety and insecurity for me. And so, also as a new mom, I was leaning into examining ingredients and reading labels more and more. And so, I wanted something with strict standards, but I was desperate for something that worked. And so, that's the first thing that really grasped me with Arbonne. It was the promise of botanically based and scientifically derived ingredients that delivered results. And so for me, it wasn't about having to choose between product efficacy and high ingredient standards. It was the best of both worlds. And that was really exciting for me. Since then, other things have continued to stand out for me when it comes to the products and continues to impress me. So just a couple of things that I think are really appealing about Arbonne products are high ingredient safety standard. Arbonne goes over and beyond to screen and assess each ingredient against the highest, strictest standards, really some of the highest standards within the industry. We rely on quality testing of each formulation to assure efficacy, product performance, and stability. And Arbonne uses standardized extracts to ensure that levels of key nutrients stay consistent. And best of all, sharing that kind of stuff, you guys, that's about as technical as I can get with my English degree background. I am passionate about Shakespeare, science, never, not so much. And so I love that with Arbonne, whether to enjoy the products as a client or participate as an independent consultant, you don't have to be an ingredient or product expert, right? That's where Arbonne brand promise comes in. And it's beyond even trusting Arbonne, it's the backup of the third-party certifications that Arbonne has. So Arbonne backs up transparency and proof of their commitments through these third-party certifications. So things like PETA approved, vegan certified, soy-free, non-GMO project verified, gluten-free, halal, and OU certified. The bottom line is that we can trust this brand based on these accreditations. The cherry on top of all that is our status as a certified B Corporation. So this is a really elite standing of companies. That means we're mission driven. We abide by the highest global standard of accountability and transparency to balance profit with purpose. Arbonne promises to be a force for good, and that's demonstrated in a variety of ways, among which are carbon neutral shipping, using renewable, recyclable materials, and minimizing commitment to minimize plastics as much as possible. So, from a business standpoint, one of the things that I find most appealing is that Arbonne is all about whole body wellness. We have a diverse variety of products to help inside and out. So whether you are somebody who's drawn into Arbonne like I was because of our amazing skincare, you can then expand your variety of products through our nutrition supplements as well, and vice versa. Some people are drawn to Arbonne for the nutrition supplements and then transition into skincare as well. So we have a broad product variety, which makes this as a business, I think, a very appealing option as well. Now, going back to my story, I think you can see how after years of feeling frustrated with my product choices available and feeling insecure over my skin, finding a product with such high standards and efficacy was so exciting to me. As a result, I found myself naturally sharing what I was using and doing with those that I cared about around me. And that's kind of how I started to transition, and I say tiptoe, into building an Arbonne business initially. Um, I still had some stigmas that I was holding on to that I had to dissipate, but as I connected more and more to the community of Arbonne consultants, I was so impressed by the level of drive, of commitment, of classiness, of inspiration that I was surrounded with in this community, and especially after attending my first global training conference in Las Vegas. I really came out with a much larger vision. It started to increase my vision for what I wanted to do and who I wanted to be aligned with this brand. And the truth is, building an Arbonne business comes down to something simple and natural. It's about sharing what you love and getting compensated for client orders. I realized I didn't have to be perfect. I didn't have to be an ingredient expert or a stellar salesperson. I simply had to find a way that I could authentically share what I was becoming passionate about with others. And the love for the products started to extend into the love for the brand and building a team of independent consultants to do the same thing. Our global community is an inspiring and fulfilling thing to be a part of. We're currently a part of 6 countries, and we are united in our mission to be not just the best company in the world, but the best company for the world. And I know that sounds cheesy, especially if this is your first introduction to Arbonne, but seriously, just come hang out with us for a day, and you will start to feel some of that energy. As a Polish American whose mom immigrated to the States and forced me to use Polish and the Polish language in the household, the part of my personal journey that I'm most proud of is having the courage to embrace the global opportunity and expand my business into my mom's country of Poland. People often ask me, do I miss teaching? And I tell them, honestly, no, because I feel like I'm truly teaching all the time. It's just in a different capacity. Whether I'm guiding my clients on how to use the best products that are going to serve them, or whether I'm teaching my team to do the same thing, or whether I'm teaching myself how to grow through personal development, a journey that goes on all the time. I feel like I'm teaching and learning all along, and it truly has been a beautiful journey. So while my original intent was to earn a little extra alongside my teaching career, Arbonne expanded my vision, dreams, and goals for this life. Had I not been introduced to Arbonne, I think I would have stayed a shy, insecure school teacher, hiding behind books. And as a result of being an Arbonne independent consultant, I've really flourished in my confidence, in my vision for who I can be. I'm still going to rock a sweater vest and hide behind books when I want to. Um, but Arbonne has definitely influenced me to become a more confident version of who I am. And the feeling of being able to then impact other people in the same way makes this a really, really fulfilling choice in my life. So to share more about her journey, I'm going to introduce my friend Danielle, who's going to take it over from here and share a little bit more of the details about the business side of things.
Yes, awesome. Thanks so much, Jen. You guys, this is one of the things I love so much about this business is that you get to meet people who you probably never would have met otherwise. And so Jen's been doing this business for 18 years. I just celebrated 20 years last year. And nobody really talks about the personal, well, we do talk about it a lot, but the personal growth that you go through in something like this is amazing. And I can remember how shy and timid I was 20 years ago. And I can also remember how shy and timid Jen was 20 years ago. And I'm so glad that she mentioned that she was a part of taking her business or taking the business into Poland. Because I was going to brag on her a little bit because she is so humble, but she is such a force in this business. And being able to just rub shoulders with people like this, just world-class thinkers, has truly been one of the biggest blessings of the last 2 decades for me. So I'm super excited to be sharing with you guys tonight. In all honesty, I'm just as excited about my business today as I was 20 years ago when I started. I live in the Midwest with my husband, Ted, and our 4 children. And it is cold tonight, guys. It's supposed to get down to a wind chill of -40. So I am super excited to be inside and warm and sharing what I truly love. And it's helping people understand why this business just makes sense. When I started my business, I had a very small goal, and it was to make $20 or $200, sorry. At that point, I would have taken 20, but $200 a month to help make ends meet while I was working my way through college. I was single, I didn't have kids, but I knew from the time that I was like a young girl that I wanted to be home someday with my future children. And so I was doing what I was supposed to do, what I was taught to do, and that is go to school, get a degree, and enter the workforce. And I thought that Arbonne was going to be like a short-term solution until I graduated and found that perfect career. But what's crazy is I kept changing my major because anything that I was majoring in, I knew I was going to be trading my time in a bigger capacity than I wanted to. And so when I was young and 19, starting this business, I started to see what people around me were doing with this opportunity. And I saw them creating these freedoms that I desperately wanted for my future family, even before I could see it before I even had them. And I was naive enough to think, well, if they can have success, and we're sharing the same products and we're a part of the same company, then why can't I have the exact same success? So I did what any smart college student would do, and I dropped out of college and I pursued Arbonne full time. I am not at all encouraging you to do that, but I am saying it worked out pretty well for me. And so I love that Jen shared everything about our brand. You guys, there is not another company out there that would do it for me. Arbonne is so special. The heritage that we have, the vision that our founder had for a pure product before the rest of the world even wanted those things. And knowing that we have somebody like Stian here with us today, continuing to carry on that legacy, and we can create an income, it just is a no-brainer. And so I'm so glad that Jen shared what makes Arbonne such a great brand. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about why I'm so obsessed with this industry of network marketing and how you can be a part of it with us. So truth be told, I don't think Jen or I or anybody really in Arbonne ever woke up one day and was like, today's the day I'm going to become a network marketing professional. It's not a dream for most people. But once you educate yourself on the industry, you really start to realize how brilliant it is. And we're really excited about what's happening right now in this industry because it is catching attention from people everywhere. A few stats I want to give you is network marketing and direct sales combined contributed to over $34 billion to the US economy in 2024. The forecasted economic impact for this year is $95 billion in the US alone. That tells you that this industry is not slowing down. And what's even more exciting about that fact is that there are 2 segments of those sales that did the majority of sales, and it is personal care products and wellness. And when you heard Jen talk, you heard her say that we have the best in both of those options. And so the fact that you have an industry that's exploding and you have the 2 categories that people want the most, it just makes it a no-brainer. And in addition, in a different study, it showed that 70% of consumers would prefer to purchase from a small business and businesses in their community. And that's huge. And it truly does represent the potential that we have right now in this industry. So I want to break down with you guys real quick what the difference is between traditional retail and network marketing. And so in traditional retail, you have all these different avenues that a product has to go through from the point of production until it meets the hands of the consumer, right? And so a cut of the money is going to each of those individual segments. So you've got, you know, the manufacturer, the wholesaler, the advertisers, all those different things. And in network marketing, our products are introduced either through our website or our social media accounts or through the independent consultant. And then it goes directly to the client. And the client can place their order from their phone, have it shipped directly to their door. And it's a simpler, more personal way to shop. And it allows Arbonne to put more value into what really matters. And that is higher quality products and authentic connections where we can truly help people make the best purchase, and a business opportunity for people just like you and me. So how does the business with Arbonne work? I want you guys to truly understand this, because I think sometimes we in our heads think this is such a huge decision. One of my friends in business always says, this isn't a mortgage decision. It's not like you're taking out a second mortgage. This is a really simple business that you can get into at low investments, but has the potential to change your life. And so one of the hesitations that I had when I started my business was, well, like I said, I was 19. I was very low confidence. I did not have a lot of money to invest, but one of my main things was I am not a salesperson. Like I never saw myself doing that. And I think that's what a lot of us feel like, right? Like we don't want to be the salesy person. We don't want to sell to our friends. And what I've learned in Arbonne is, yes, we do sell a product, but when you switch the mindset to really serving people in their health and in their wellness, and it goes from a service mindset, from a sales mindset, sorry, to a service mindset, it is so authentic and it's so much easier, and it doesn't actually feel like sales. And so what we do is so simple. We literally teach people how to stop using products that don't serve them, how to swap their brand to a healthier option where they can purchase from the convenience of their phone and at a discount. And we share that with others, and we teach them how to do the same thing. And so we really are sharing two things in Arbonne. We are sharing products that are amazing. And for 20 years, I've never used anything different. And you saw how Jen's skin was glowing. So you know the products work, right? And we share an opportunity. And that's what I get really fired up about. Like, most people don't go to bed at night worried about what their protein shake is going to be in the morning. But there are a lot of people that go to bed at night worrying about how they're going to make ends meet, how they're going to get that extra time with their kids, who's going to be at the bus stop if they get delayed at work. There are so many things that consume our minds that create those anxiousness tendencies inside of us, that this opportunity with effort can be a solution for. And I absolutely love that. So let's talk a little bit about how we make money in Arbonne, because it's amazing and I want you guys to understand it. So we get paid 3 different ways. We get paid commissions, we get paid overrides, and then we have bonus and reward opportunities. And so I do want to just reiterate what we've all said already. This is a results-based business. And so you're going to have 10 people come into this business and they're going to put in minimal results. And they're not going to have much success, but you might have one person come in that has an incredible work ethic and they continue to keep pursuing, even though they're hearing no, and that person's going to have success. So like I said at the beginning, the only difference between me and that other girl was me, right? You are the deciding factor if you are going to have success in this business or not. And so I know that there's a lot of people on this call tonight that are willing to bet on themselves, that are willing to say, like, I have what it takes to build something like this. So what could you do with an extra $200? That was the question that, was on my heart when I first started this, was I just need to make $200. And then my vision continued to grow. But right now I feel like we are kind of in, a lot of us have had some reality checks this last year where it is costing us a little bit more to live the exact same life that we lived last year. The average family, a statistic shows, needs $12,000 more to live the exact same life that they lived last year. That's not with upgrades. That's not extra luxuries. That's because gas has gone up, healthcare has gone up, groceries have gone up, but most people's paychecks have stayed the same, right? And so this is a time where you could ask yourself, what would my life look like with an extra $200? This is a business, right? It truly can change your life. And so the ways that we get paid, we get a paycheck every Tuesday on our own personal sales. So we can get up to 5 paychecks a month, and that's absolutely amazing. When you coach and mentor a team, you grow your overrides. And then the bonus and rewards opportunity there is amazing because it's always different. There's different cash bonuses we can earn. There's different incentive trips that we can earn through our effort. And it's truly real people and real results. And I absolutely love that. So when you put all that together, you have the full earning potential of this business opportunity, and it's flexible, it's rewarding, and it's built for people that are in real life. And so I have 4 busy kids, 17 to 10. They're actually all on the other side of this computer screen running around because we just got out of practices and games. And I can build this business from the carpool line. I can build this business from the practices. I can build it from the stands at the games. And it fits into whatever you have on your plate. And I have found that busier people tend to do better at Arbonne because we're already juggling a lot of things, right? So keep that in mind. Okay, so I'm going to direct you back to the same website that Stian gave you at the beginning of this call, earnings.arbonne.com, where you can see our income disclosure. And a lot of people have asked me over the last 20 years, okay, how much money can you really make? And so I want you to reference that chart because you're going to see our 4 levels of management. I love that there's 4. It's so simple. And you're going to see the average pay ranges. And what I love so much about Arbonne is we are not a company built on hype. We are not going to throw up huge numbers. We're not going to give false claims. We are here for longevity. We are here to show people what's possible and what's typical. And so you're going to see what's typical on that slide. But I love talking about what's possible because I know that I didn't want to join Arbonne for what was typical. So like I said, we have 4 levels of management. That first level of district manager is going to add an extra $200 to $500 plus a month into your paycheck based on your own efforts. And like I said, that's where I saw myself. I can remember holding the sheet of paper that had the 4 levels and pointing to the first level and thinking, that's all I need to do. I didn't even think the other 3 were a possibility because of where my confidence level was at that time. Second level is area manager. My favorite thing about area manager, and honestly, probably one of my favorite things about this business, is that your business becomes willable at the level of area manager. That's the second level, you guys, not the top level. They're not making you jump through hoops to will your business. And I was just at a conference with the top level of leaders in Maui. There were 4 or 5 people at that conference that had inherited either their spouses or their parents' business over the last couple of years. And to see that this is a legacy business is so incredible because I know when I'm getting that rejection or I'm having a hard day, Arbonne's not hard, but when I'm having a hard day, I know I'm building a business for today, but I'm also building a business for my family's tomorrows. And there's nothing more exciting than that. Then we have our 2 VP levels. Regional Vice President is kind of the milestone promotion because you get your first VP Success Award. You can take that extra cash on top of your paycheck and you can apply it towards a white Mercedes-Benz or a different vehicle or need of your life. And then that top level is National Vice President. National Vice President is amazing. I never thought that I would make it to National Vice President. I've actually been at this level for about 14 years now. And like I said, we were just in Maui and there were over 200 of us around tables in Maui at our leadership conference. And what was so cool is that the common denominator in that room is that we did the work, we bet on ourselves, and we continue to show up. Same opportunity as a consultant and a national vice president. It just matters what you do with it. And so I want you to really take some time and think about what Jen said. Think about what you align with as far as products and brands and health and wellness. And then think about the business potential and what you want to create in your life. I promise you guys, if I can do this, you absolutely can do this as well. And the best time to join us is today because we have a fresh slate of a new year and you can start your Arbonne business for a low startup fee, no inventories, and a supportive community that's literally going to be with you every step of the way. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting a different result. And I know that a lot of people just feel like you're on an insanity wheel right now. And I want to encourage you to really think about the next 5 years of your life and say, where do I want to be in the next 5 years? And make a plan to help change that. And this plan can be this Arbonne business. Time is one of the biggest blessings that we have Once we spend it, we can't get it back. And so if you're at a place where you feel like you need to make a shift, I am begging you to bet on yourself and jump in and join us. The worst case scenario, I always tell this to people, the worst case scenario is going to be it doesn't work for you. You just decide, it's not for me. But that means you're left with a discount on products that work, no catches, no hoops. And that's it. The best case scenario is that you join us, you commit to the hard work, and it changes your life, just like it did mine and just like it did Jen's. So thank you guys for giving us your time tonight. I'm going to turn it back over to you, Stian.
Well, wow. There you have it, everyone. Thank you so much, Jen. And thank you so much, Danielle. Danielle, I have to tell you, I love spending time with your kids in Maui, jumping off that black rock. That was a bit scary, but it was also a lot of fun. So thanks for being a part of Arbonne, both of you. So I think you've heard a little bit about what makes Arbonne so special. And we would love for you to take a closer look at not only our product, but also our incredible business opportunity. And if you even have the slightest sense of wonder right now, wondering if this could be for you, I urge you to listen to your heart and to your mind. Could Arbonne be for you? I think for sure that it could be. We would love to have you part of what we do, and we invite you to speak to the person who introduced Arbonne to you. You will make them happy, I know, and I will venture to guess that it'll make you happy as well. So with that, we're going to say goodbye. Thank you so much for joining us. And yeah, what do we say? Happy New Year, everyone. Make the very best of 2026. What do you think?
Thank you guys so
Thank
much.
you. This was so much fun, and see you all in Vegas. And we invite anyone who is listening tonight, new consultants, if you're joining, join us for our global conference in Vegas. It was a major turning point for my business, and we can't wait to see you there.
100%
Thanks,
agree.
everyone.
Thanks, guys.